I know what you're thinking. Mr. Panda, you haven't been posting consistently in weeks. Give me a break, I had emergency surgery. And come to find out, when everything else is going on, it's kinda hard to get started again because you feel like you have to be consistent at some level once you get the ball rolling again. So I'm sorry about that. So to kick off the return, I felt that it was appropriate to eat some snacks. And in line with what we've done before, of course it's going to be something foreign/imported. Unlike the Far East, if you want to call it that, this stuff actually comes from, essentially the Indian subcontinent of Asia. At least I'm pretty sure. Yeah. All of it comes from that area. We're going to start things off right by going straight for the Lay's. I actually stopped at an Asian grocer when I was up in Erie, Pennsylvania for a visit to some friends. And that's where I picked all this stuff up. Starting with India's Magic Masala. Oh, holy crap, those are hard to open. It's essentially just a spicy masala chip, but it works really well. Like, better than I would have expected normally. This is a good find. Next up, we got chili lemon. Of course, what we normally find with a lot of these Lay's chips is that they taste very similar to each other across the board. But here's hoping that chili lemon is actually kind of nice. Okay. The limon, which I think is mostly lime extract and citric acid, actually comes across really well. And unlike a lot of the spicy chips that you usually get from Lay's, these aren't particularly spicy. It's very well melded together. Alright, Lay's, I'll give you this. Your flavors that are geared for the Indian market are actually pretty good. Still from India, we got 3 from a brand called Kurkure. Every single one of these don't open the way you expect them to. But, like, if you tear it across like that, it comes right up. So, green chutney style? Okay. They're like crunchy Cheetos. What an interesting flavor. It's interesting because they actually combine both corn and rice. Actually, there's more rice in it than corn. I don't know how close to chutney it really is, but it's interesting. It kind of reminds me almost like of like a green salsa flavor. Next up, we got the Masala Munch, and these have a nice little orange color. Just dropping stuff all over the place. The flavor is definitely there. I would say that in terms of spiciness equivalency, I would say these are much more mild compared to the Lay's version of India's Magic Masala. And finally, we have the chili chakka. And as I am mostly unfamiliar with the depth and breadth of Indian cuisine, someone else will have to tell you exactly what that's supposed to mean. But I can tell you what I think of it, of course. The primary difference between these two flavors appears to be the use of amchur powder and ginger powder in this one, and ajwain powder in this. It's kind of hard to put my finger on exactly what that difference is, but you can tell they are distinct flavors, and they're both really interesting. I don't have a better word for it to communicate through a video, but I mean, like, if you have the chance, these are actually unique flavors that I haven't really experienced before. Something seemingly more mundane comes from Bangladesh. This is Tum Tum, hot tomato flavored potato cracker. Not a chip, potato cracker. This looks more like something you would find out of like a Pringles can or something. It's definitely not a chip in the legal sense. Well, if this is the best they have to offer, then I'm very sorry for Bangladesh. It's okay. Like, I'm not saying it's terrible or anything, but compared to everything else that I've had, this is probably the blandest thing here. And finally, we have Kurmiri, which is actually from Nepal. I don't remember my geography. Does that count as the Indian subcontinent? Who cares? This one is called Time Pass. That's what the flavor is called, because they also have chicken, cheese, and salsa. The perfect combo for chai time masti with the entire family. Contains monosodium glutamate, not recommended for infants below 12 months. Primarily made out of rice, corn, edible oil, gram meal, spices, and condiments, and salt. Looks very similar to kurkuri. Flavor-wise, it doesn't really remind me of any of the other ones. It kind of, I don't even know what to say about that. I guess it kind of reminds me of just like the tomato flavor of the Tom Tom, but there's definitely a spice that kind of creeps up on you. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and break that down. We already said, I think Tom Tom is kind of at the bottom here. Next is Kurmuri from Nepal. It's got something going on, I just don't know what, and it's not something that appeals to me enough to, like, eat it frequently. Those are kind of our bottom tier ones. Middle tier is the curry with green chutney style. It's there. It's decent, but if I was offered this compared to some of the other ones, I would not pick it. I think the same would be said of the Masala Munch. Decent, but there's better things out there. So that gives us the top tier, which I think includes the chili chatka. Still don't know what the heck that means, but it is tasty. And to my surprise, both of the Lay's flavors, both the India's Magic Masala and the Chile Limon, both are pretty good. Personally, kind of blew my mind a little bit because, like I said, when I went through the Chinese versions and the Japanese versions, so many of the flavors kind of just ran together. But no, these ones are actually kind of distinct. They have something special to offer, and even the domestic brand, Curry, manages to get into that top tier alongside the locally produced Lay's. Well, I think I've had enough chips for now. If you see any of these at your local grocery and you try them out, go ahead and let me know how you like them. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.